Hello guys, how are you? Today I want to explain about the participation and assistance. Material description. Muljanto formulate there is inclusion if in the case is not only committed by only one person involved in the occurrence of the criminal act, but is also involved several people. But according to Muljanto, not all people involved in the occurrence in criminal act and can be interpreted as follow preparation in the meaning of Article 55 and 56 in Criminal Code. They also have to complete to the terminal of is inclusion, excluding the type or no other participant and can participate in the form regulated in criminal code considered as action to provide interpretation the meaning of the term inclusion. There are two or more people who commit in or a crime or in other word. There are two or more people taking a part of a crime. Where Gino Porjo Corono defines including as asking someone or something, especially when something else commit in crime on order. Satoshi Katanagara outlined that the meaning to strafbread or an absent occurs when several or more people are involved in often absence. Uh, Urgency or participant context in criminal law. There are two views of nature inclusion in terms of this explanation as below. The first, as a basic explaining criminal liability of persons, staff 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 then lose ground. Inclusion is seen as meta criminal liability. Inclusion is not absent because ZEP is not perfect. Not look at this exposures by Simpson, Van Houten, and Van Belman, and Hazel Wilken Suringer. Number two has a basis from expanding in criminal code of conduct. Inclusion is listed as a special from a criminal act constitution in the league. Only a special from this view was asserted by Palmer, Mojanto, and Roslena Saleh. Stefan Both then groaned, in this case, this conclusion context cannot immediately interpret as absent even though it has special from because it's systematically placed in the criminal code. Book 1 about the general requirement and not deep book 2 about crime and book 3 regarding reputation. When applied by a public prosecutor in a later and in this month, provisions and regarding inclusion in the case cannot stand alone without injunto with a crime. This is because of condition cannot be seen and crime, but as all men criminal liability, so that from the context of inclusion is doesn't can be seen, but be an absence involving that, but is more accurately colored. So can be used as follow. First, if the teaching on including in criminal law are not regulated in general provisions of book 1, or the criminal code is would fair and fair if criminal there if someone who has intention to commit a crime by holding precedent and someone else to do it, and person doesn't can be raised by criminal law and cannot be punished because its messenger is not procedure intellectual agents. Doesn't not do actor doesn't not consist of private and set in formulation of the option. And second, the inclusion agreement in general provision are integrated for summaries of a common element of almost very good delicate. The general options contained in criminal code can be in a very formulation state and define anyone that decides and might enter in the absence. It can be held responsible. But ways such a formulation would be technically very complex. But this formulation method is used then in non-crime. For example, there will be many ethical governing is associated with various form and exclusion and the concepts of different citation, likewise with adjournment and about a time, depth on so on. So thank you for your attention. So goodbye.